Okay, I get 2 good. Oh. A new play for young people and families. Grace tells the story of a girl who has a relationship with her father where no words are needed. In fact, Grace doesn't use words to speak at all. When her father dies suddenly, Grace needs to find a new way to communicate. It sounds interesting. If it was a book, I would read it. In fact, if it was in a bookshop and that was on the blurb, I would pick it up and start reading it and wouldn't leave until I finished. I'm obsessed with permanent green markers for some reason. Do you like working on shows for children?
Right.
And what was the hardest part about working on the play?
Can I ask what the questions are, or are we allowed to know before?
I've got them on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Which ones do you think you'd like there?
Oh, I think you could take the first one.
It's like getting your lines before the play.
Brian, what do you feel on a scale of mouse to onion?
Mouse to onion. Well, I think mouse for me feels pretty great. And onion, probably not too great. Nothing against onions. I think when you cook them, they're quite sweet, but when you cut them open, they make you cry. So I'd say during this play, I think I run the full scale of mouse to onion. Go through it all. I think I do anyway, and I know my fellow actors do, and hopefully the audience as well. There's a moment where I do definitely feel turnip, but mouse is where I like to be most of the time.
Eleanor, do you enjoy participating in plays for children and young people?
I do, I really do. I think I really enjoy getting to tell different kinds of stories. When I was a kid, I'm from Kilkenny. I hope that's not too bad to say. But there's a theatre company like Graffiti in Kilkenny that made work just for children and young people. And seeing their plays really fired up my imagination, and it's one of the things that made me want to get into theatre. And it's, not every town has something like that, so I feel really lucky to be now as an actor kind of part of that tradition.
For a question for you both, what was the hardest part of working on this play?
Oh, well, maybe it's probably cheesy to say this, back connected to the mouse again. There hasn't really been a hardest part because it's all been a bit too much fun. Like sometimes it feels like work is supposed to be hard, and we work hard, like we do long hours and we put a lot of effort and energy in. But so far there hasn't been a hardest part. Maybe learning the lines. But I enjoy learning the lines because it's telling a really lovely story. So far there hasn't been a hardest bit, but maybe just before the very first show and that first audience are in, that's when I'll be most scared, and I might suddenly think of you, Esme, and go, yes, that's the hardest bit. But hopefully after that, it'll be fine. I'll be back to feeling mouse again. How about you, Eleanor?
That was an amazing answer. I think there are parts in the play and in the story where sad things happen, or the characters are a bit sad. And sometimes that can make you feel like a little bit sad as well. But you have to remember that it is a story, and then also that it does get happy again, and and we're not trying to make the audience really, really sad and miserable. One of the nice things that theatre can do is to sort of create or recreate things that are a bit tricky or a bit difficult in a safe way, where it's not happening to us, we're just watching it happen to other people, and we know it'll be all okay in the end. So that as an actor in the show can be a bit difficult sometimes, But I would say my favorite part of the play is getting to play Grace. And there's like a lot in that. There's a lot of sometimes moving as much as she does can be, I get a bit tired sometimes if I have to do it like 10 times in a row, like you often do in rehearsals when you're trying to learn things. But Grace is a fantastic character and playing her is my favorite bit.
So thank you very much for being here for me to ask your questions, and thank you for answering them.
You're very
welcome.